Hello, welcome to Kenya USA Times TV. Today I want to talk about marriage in relation to diversity visa lottery. Marriage issue is a thorny issue that has affected so many DV applicants. Some have ended up losing diversity visa because of marriage issue. One thing is, embassy does requires marriage certificate, and it would want to ascertain whether you are married or not. That is, if you stated in your application that you are married, they would want to know whether your marriage is a fraud or not. And that's why they require marriage certificate. Marriage certificate is the only legal proof that you are married, that you are legally married to so and so. Okay, let me give you an example. In my case, I would have applied for DV 2022, the diversity visa lottery, but I never applied because though I was married to my wife under the traditional customs, I had no marriage certificate. Yes, we had children, but I had no marriage certificate. So I had to make a preparation, an arrangement whereby I will get marriage certificate. The first thing I did was to go to chief's office. I got a letter, stamped letter, stating that we've been married for so many years. We've lived together as husband and wife. Then secondly, I went to the county commissioner's office in my place, Kericho. And in that place, there is a marriage civil registrar's office. I went there. They took my chief's letter, photocopies of the ID of me and my wife, and then they told me that I'll have to look for, they will arrange for a marriage, civil marriage. Then I will have to look for 2 witnesses. Then they set a date for me. Okay, I don't remember the whole process, but what I can remember is that they set a date for me, and then when that, it's called the day of notification, they put on the notice board. I think it's about 21 days. If nobody is questioning about your marriage, then you'll be given a date of marriage. And that's what I did. The process went like that. And then eventually I did married, and I was given the certificate, marriage certificate. And marriage certificate is something like this. It's whitish, creamish in color. So I got this before I applied for DV 2023. And remember, I did this around May of DV 2021, while the application for DV lottery ilianza DV in October of the same year, 2021. Inaitwa DV 2023. So I was prepared. While applying, I had marriage certificate. Okay, for most people, they don't have. Na imekuwa issue. I remember recently some few people were denied a visa because of marriage issue. They could not prove that they are married. So what would you do in a situation whereby you've been married for so many years, but you have no proof? There is no legal proof. And remember, marriage certificate is the only legal proof that will show that you are married. What will you do in such a situation? And yet you want to apply for DV 2025. Okay, if I were, in my honest opinion, you will have to put you are married. Yeah. In that section of about marriage, click that you are married. And remember, embassy will require documentary evidence. It will require marriage certificate. Then after applying, ASAP, make an arrangement of getting the letter from the chief and formalize your marriage. Go to AG's Attorney General's office. It could be Nairobi, or you don't have to go to Nairobi. Do it at County Commissioner's Civil Registrar's Office, Marriage Registrar's Office. It doesn't cost much. I remember I used about 5,000, including the cost, miscellaneous, is about 5,000. So arrange that. Go to the county's office, county commissioner's office, get the civil marriage registrar. Let him or her arrange your civil wedding or marriage. Then you look for 2 witnesses. You don't have to call a whole village to attend. Nobody should know. Yes, it's your business. Call 2 people to attend. Look for 2 witnesses, and you will require only their ID copies. And then on the day of marriage, the same 2 witnesses will have to come. And that is very easy. You will not spend so much money. So that by the time DV lottery results are released come May next year, 2024, you will have the marriage certificate. Okay, and because your marriage certificate will indicate, somewhere there, it will indicate marital status. Make sure while at marriage registrar's office, make sure your section here, marital status, it should be written married under customary law or a customary marriage. Yes, there is somewhere there. Make sure that you have to tell that person you are married under customary law. Asiweke bachelor, spinster, whatever, no. It should specify that you've been married and you've been staying together. Now, marital status equal married, previously married under customary law. This will show that you've been married. After doing that and getting the certificate, you will now have to look for another certified copy of marriage certificate. This one, you will have to go to the AG's office, headquarters, Nairobi. It's the only place you will get certified copy. And it's blue in color, it's something like that. And it has a seal somewhere. And this will further prove that you've been married. Okay, though this blue certificate I was not asked by the embassy, because obviously my situation was different. I was married way before applying diversity visa lottery. But maybe you will apply diversity visa lottery before you are married. You will need these 2. Certified copy of marriage certificate and then marriage certificate. Marriage certificate utapata hapo kwa county commissioner's office, or yes. And you can go there personally, or you can start application through eCitizen account. If you have eCitizen account, you will go to Attorney General's office. There will be a section for applying for marriage, civil wedding, or marriage, whatever, certificate. Civil wedding, I mean, marriage. You can do it through eCitizen, or you go to the office direct. They will help you apply. When you get this, remember, the results are not yet out, or maybe, yes, maybe they are not yet out, or You've not been scheduled for interview. Okay, when you get this, you will have to look for another document. Why? Because your marriage certificate will obviously shows that you've been married recently. Yeah? It will show the current date. And in my estimation, it may show that, okay, you applied diversity visa lottery before you got this marriage certificate. So, in order to pack it up, you will need what we call, I forgot something, affidavit of marriage. Affidavit of marriage. This affidavit of marriage, it's either when applying for certificate, you can get it before applying for certificate, or you can get it after. I do recommend you get it before you apply for this. Then you will attach that affidavit of marriage pamoja na ile ya chief. Then unatengeneza copies. You will make copies of affidavit of marriage. Utapatiana ingine kwa civil registrar at the county level. And then you will retain another one for the sole purpose of taking it to the embassy. Then to the embassy, you will take 3 documents. Certified copy of marriage certificate, the normal marriage certificate, and then now affidavit of marriage. That you will be good to go. Because when the consular officer sees that you've been married under customary law, where is the evidence of that? Affidavit of marriage. How will you get affidavit of marriage? You go to the advocate or a lawyer. It's normally around 2,000 Kenya shillings. And this affidavit of marriage, most of the time will have a seal, a red seal. It will show that this person and this person mentioned here have been married under customary law. And you can mention a tentative date. If you can remember, you can estimate the day you got married under traditional setting or customs. You can estimate that date. I know you may not even remember, but you can estimate. Let that advocate mention that date, which is long way ago before even you thought of applying diversity visa lottery. For some people, it could be 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and so forth. Affidavit of marriage, you will get it from the advocate. Especially advocate, not any other advocate. Those who are dealing with oaths, commissioners of oath. They are also called commissioners of oath. And make sure utamuuliza kama akona seal. Because that affidavit of marriage, at least ikuwe na seal. Though it's not mandatory, but ikiwa na seal, it carries more weight. And you will pay 2,000 Kenya shillings. With these 3 documents, you will not need to fear. At least ndakuambia sasa, if you are thinking of doing what I'm telling you, in the application of diversity visa lottery, DV 2025, where you are married. Because if you put you are not married, you are unmarried, and then you enter ahead and then marry after maybe the results, the embassy will question your marriage. It doesn't mean you may not get a visa, but you will be under a lot of scrutiny and you may be denied visa. There are many examples of people who've been denied visa because of marriage. Don't be that very person. Don't be that person. Don't be always that person who will be denied. No. Prepare yourself. At least nimekuchanua. Affidavit of marriage, you will get it from the advocate. Hii ya kwanza marriage certificate, county commissioners in your place. You don't have to go to Nairobi. Or when you wanaishi Nairobi, you can do it at AG's office. And then this one, the blue, it's called certified copy of marriage certificate. You do it ASAP. That is, unaanza apply diversity visa lottery, unasema you are married. The next step, if you are a lady, push your man to marry you. Yes, push your man to marry. I don't know what you will tell him. Just convince this your husband to marry you as fast as possible. And it will be good. I know we cannot blame anybody here. It's just the setup in Kenya. We are all under this. So, but we have to apply for diversity visa lottery, and we have to do something. Don't blame yourself. It's not about blame game. Don't blame yourself. Apply na utaviza hizi vitu nimekuambia. Okay. Kuna other issues about marriage. Kuna watu wame apply. Some people have previously applied for visitor visa. Na wakajaza DS-160 form. In that form, they said that they are married. Obviously, watu wa cyber na agents, they have a way of wana convince watu waweke ati you are married so that you can be granted visa. Maybe uliweka you are married, but in reality you are not. And then while applying for DV lottery, you want now to put you are single. Recently, somebody was denied visa for doing that. Kama unajua you had applied for a visit visa, or you procured visa, any visa kwa US Embassy, na ukasema you are married, make sure you make a way of getting married. Make a way of getting married. I don't know how you will do it, but make a way of getting married. So that, remember, if you go to the embassy, if you attend interview, your records are kept. Whether you get visa or not, your records are kept. So don't bring conflicting issues. Prepare yourself. So for those who are asking about marriage, you've been married for so many years, you have no proof, don't blame yourself. Pray about it. Na ufanye vile nimekuambia. Don't fear. You'll get visa. So, I know, once again, if you are married, stay in all your application. If you stated that you are married, kwa hii DV lottery application, even while filling DS-260, you will state that you are also married. Maintain your status. Yes. And then last thing, embassy will require marriage certificate. So make a way of getting it. It doesn't cost much. So tusiogope mambo ya civil marriage. It does not cost much. Mine costed me about 5,000. Yes, I think 5,000. Though I got the blue one, which I paid around 1,000 and something. So let's say 6,000. And you will be good to go. You'll not fear anything at the embassy. So thank you so much. Thank you very much, my subscribers. The reason I created this video is because one of my subscribers ameniuliza this very same question, and I hope this video will help you. At least have that courage. One last thing, pray about every process you are doing. God is great. Thank you so much. Please share and subscribe.